Today I will show you how to make this crazy effect that nobody uses but everyone should. Yo, it's Povikas here, and let's begin. Alright guys, so here I have a random clip of one and only from his Chump Change music video, and once you're in After Effects you can just press Ctrl+Y on top of your clip to make a new adjustment layer, and on this adjustment layer we're going to add an effect called as Motion Detect. Now warning, this effect does require the Sapphire plugin, and for a lot of these effects you do need to have the Sapphire plugin, so just make sure to have that plugin. And the only thing I actually like to change here is I like to make the delay frames to 2, although you can sometimes make it to 3. Now what this effect actually kind of does is it gives you like this sort of like an echo, like look at before and after it. Alright, and now let's add another plugin which is called Signal. So very much sorry guys for the amount of plugins I'm adding right now, but this effect is really important here. And what you need to do here is go to Luma Modulation, turn off tape errors, and make the frequency to 0.001. Now this is gonna be a little bit hard to explain what I'm doing right now, but what this basically just did is it kind of like inverted everything, but also like made the whites pop out. It's kind of hard to explain what's happening right now. And also this is the most important part, I like to make the phase to 10.9. And now you might be thinking that's looking straight ass, but because what the hell is that? Well, I just have to say this effect is made very weirdly, so let's just keep going. Alright, and now we need to add an effect called curves, and here we need to make 1 point here and 1 point here, and just drag this point down and this point up. Yeah, it has to be something like this, by the way. Try to just copy whatever I just did here with this graph, and now it made everything look like this, which just looks pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie. But now we need to add the effect that saves everything, which is called Deep Glow 2 or Deep Glow, which is another plugin. So I'm very sorry for this, guys. I think this effect is not used at all pretty much in the editing community, is because you have to have a lot of plugins, but a lot of people do have these plugins, so if you have them, then I definitely recommend to use this effect. And I like to make the exposure here to 0.45 to make it a bit less bright. I like to make the radius to 750 so the glow spreads out a little bit less. I like to go to input, and here I'm just gonna make the threshold to 33, threshold smooth to 29, saturation bias to 22. And now I like to add a very optional effect, which is CC Vignette, and here I'm gonna make the amount to 150. It just adds this dark little circle around it, like look before and after. As you can see, there's this dark part. But another thing I like to do is I like to press Ctrl+Y, and here I like to add transform. I do not like these little pixels popping out here. As you can see on the edges there's these pixels, so I like to remove them. So if you want to remove them, I like to make it to 107 on the scale, and you will not be able to see them. And this is how it looks now. Absolutely crazy effect, just super cool. There's a bunch of really cool ways to use it. A really cool way to use this effect could be like to press T, and at the start make the opacity to 0, keyframe the opacity, go a couple of frames forward, maybe like here, and make it to 100. Maybe keep it for 100 for a couple of frames, so like keyframe it here for 100, and then go a couple of frames forward and make it to 0. You could probably extend the opacity at 100 way more, you know, you want it to last a bit longer, but yeah, you pretty much get this look. Fast effect you could add here to make it even crazier is add S flicker, and with the S flicker you can make the amplitude really high, so the whole effect would just flicker a bunch. And yeah, this is just an absolutely crazy effect. I also have absolutely crazy effects in my other tutorials, so I definitely recommend to check those out. And if you also want to have professional visuals just like this one but way better, then I would 100% recommend to check out my povikas.com website, where I have absolutely insane video editing presets which I made for you guys to have insane visuals in literally seconds by dragging and dropping effects from After Effects. If you would like to have absolutely crazy effects in seconds, then I would 100% recommend to check out my povikas.com website, which I will link down in the description. But anyways guys, that's about it for the video. If you have any questions, then please let me know. But anyways, it was fun. Have a fun and productive day. See ya.